In this video, we'll provide an overview of PSYCH Online. This is the digital component that accompanies the PSYCH textbook by Rathus. I've logged in as a student, and the student will have 3 tabs that run across the top of the page. This makes it very easy for students to navigate through the product. Here we have our home page, assignments that would show any assignments that you have created for the student, as well as the student study board. So I'm in the home page. I'm going to go ahead and click into the chapter that I would like to view. Within the chapter, I then also have listings of each section of the chapter. I'm going to go ahead and jump into section 1.2. And this is going to load the ebook for the chapter. I can navigate through by scrolling down on the page. All of the key terms are called out for the student in blue, and if I click on the term in blue, the glossary definition will show on the side. I also have the ability to create my study bit. As mentioned during our presentation, students will create study bits as they work through the chapter's contents. This allows them to easily track the concepts that they flagged as important or as concepts that they need further review. So here I have my glossary definition. I can make a note, as well as indicate my level of understanding for this topic. I'm going to say that I have fair understanding, and then I can also tag it. So it's tagged to psychologist, but I'm going to add a tag for myself for chapter 1. And this way I know that this is a concept that's tagged to chapter 1. I'm going to go ahead and click done. We can go through the rest of the chapter by collecting study bits that are tagged to particular graphs or figures, and I can also make study bits related to notes. To do that, I'm just going to highlight the relevant text on the page and then choose to create a study bit based off of what I've highlighted. Just like we did with the glossary term, I can make a note, indicate my level of understanding, as well as add a tag. And I'm going to click done when I'm finished. After the student works through the chapter, then they can access their study board. Within their study board, they'll have access to all of the study bits that they've created within the Study Bits tab. So here I can see all of the items that I flagged as important. I can click on a particular study bit to review, see my note, as well as create a flashcard based off of what I had tagged as a study bit. I can also hit on more to see any related items. This would be links to ebooks, questions, or perhaps a video for students to view. Within the Study Bits area, students have the ability to create their own practice quizzes. So I'm going to click on Create a Practice Quiz. I can create a quiz based off of my filtered study bits. So this would be a quiz based off of just what I had flagged as important, or I can create one for the entire chapter. I'm going to go ahead and create one for the chapter and hit Start Quiz. And now I can work through the quiz. These practice quizzes will contain questions that are different than the ones that are included within the test bank that accompanies the text. So this allows you to rest assured that if you do use the test bank in your class, students will not see those questions within the practice quizzes. Once the student's finished, we're going to go ahead and click Exit. Once the student finishes the quiz, and you notice that I left off with a few questions left, they'll get feedback in terms of what was correct and incorrect, and have links out to relevant resources. In their flashcards tab, students can access the flashcards for the chapter. If I click on the flashcard, it'll show me the front and back, allow me to select the associated chapter, as well as add a tag to use for studying. Lastly, students have access to the concept tracker. This allows students to see how they're doing with the concepts they have tagged in their study bits, as well as all of the concepts for the chapter. Here I have my data for the 2 sections of Chapter 1 that I have reviewed so far. This shows me my study bits, as well as allows me to see how my perception of how I'm doing based off of what I've tagged in my study bits compares to how I'm actually performing based off of assignments that you've created for your students, as well as their results from the practice quizzes. As we mentioned during our presentation, the resources that we see in the PSYCH Online site are available for students on their mobile devices, including iPhones, Android phones, as well as a variety of tablets. PSYCH Online resource can also be integrated directly into eLearn so that your students have a seamless access point through your eLearn course.